The day with Ned off doing. Dan is joined by Chris Mason. There you go, you get to see him now after all.
Yeah, welcome to the outer boards. This is where you get some of the stories, some of the romance and some of the aroma of the UK Open. That's what this is about, and it's a completely different kind of feel in here, isn't it, with a multi-board setup compared to the second stage or that cavernous main stage.
Yeah, it starts heaven for the fans because, you know, you're wandering around, you see Dimitri and some new players that you may not have ever heard of before, and they just mix in with everybody. It's very old school. Reminds me of what it was like back in the day when we used to sort of play at Match Play. We weren't up in the sort of VIP or the practice room. You just played and then come down and sat with the crowd. It's great. It's a great atmosphere.
Yeah, absolutely. I do not joke you. We've just seen a former world master, Krzysztof Ratajski, filming a game on his phone because his mate Krzysztof Kachuk was playing. Let's show you some of the action we've already seen. We've been playing since 11 o'clock here. So he started off with Jason Askew, a 6-4 win against Greg Ritchie. That's the son of a great Dave Askew, a guy you've played before.
Yeah, I played him in the World Championships.
Very quick to point that out, mate. We also saw a victory in the opening round over on board 6. And this was Wesley Harms, Sparky, new tour card holder, moving over from the BDO against Aaron Beanie, a new tour card holder himself. A 6-3 victory there for Wesley, a man you'll have seen in lots of big tournaments over the years. On board 7, this was Martin Atkins, brackets Wigan. You've got to make the distinction. There's more than one Martin Atkins. And that was a last leg decider against the Scotsman Ryan Murray. Really good game of darts there, averaging around about the 92-93, the pair of them. And this one has only just happened in the last few moments over on board 4. Jason Heaver with a 6-0 win against Jesus Nogueira. So that's a Riley's qualifier who's just beaten a guy who was superb on the Challenge Tour last year. Jesus, one of the top players from Spain. And a reward for Jason Heaver is a game on the main stage against either Carl McKinstry or Fallon Sherrick. Does he relish that challenge, mate?
No matter who he has to play, that's going to be tough. But yeah, it's great to see the Riley's qualifiers coming through. Another one playing at the moment. We just seen Kelvin Self. Well, he was a practice partner of Merv King's going way back when I was still playing. So yeah, the dreams are made here.
Absolutely. We'll try and keep you updated as much as possible in the carnage up here on the outer boards.
Oh, it looks great fun over there. We'll keep you posted throughout the day. And things are getting underway here very shortly. The fans are making their way in. They're having to pace themselves. It's a long old weekend here in Minehead, but they've got so much juicy action to look forward to. The first action on the main stage sees the 4-time world champion Lisa Ashton take on the Belgian Mike de Decker. That match when we come back. Welcome back to Minehead. It's not too bad out there today. No snow this year, unlike 2 years ago, and unfortunately the fans were not able to get in when we had the beast from the east, but it's all good so far. And we are going to focus on board 1 throughout the day in terms of live matches, but we will certainly keep you posted on all the action from all the other boards. Some really intriguing matches to start us off here in the main arena. We've got Mike de Decker against Lisa Ashton to set the ball rolling. And Damon Heta takes on Scott Waits. Carl McKinstry faces Fallon Sherrick. And then after that, we're into rounds 2 and 3 with some really fascinating matchups to come. We've got Luke Humphreys, who beat Gary Anderson in Exeter last night, up against Kyle Anderson this time. Kim Hybrex, Rob Thornton, Josh Payne, Luke Woodhouse. And before all that, we have David Pallett. And so on. Now, Dan Dawson spoke to Lisa Ashton when she arrived this morning about her debut here at the UK Open Darts.
Lisa, your first experience of the UK Open, exciting on a personal level, but flying the flag for the women as well.
Yeah, definitely. Been looking forward to it now. The time is here. It's getting a bit exciting.
The first woman ever to come through Q School and get a PDC tour card. That's an enormous achievement in itself, but you knew this was one of the prizes waiting at the end of it.
Yeah, definitely. It's one of the biggest tournaments in the PDC. Done the World Champs and have a go at this one.
We have seen women compete here before, not for a number of years, and we have seen Dita Hedman, the great Dita, win games at this tournament. You think that's a very real possibility for you and for Fallon Sherrick as well?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we're sure we can play. Fallon's doing brilliant. I won 1 or 2 games in the tour card, and hopefully we can do lay for the flag for the ladies and win 1 or 2 games here.
Well, it's more than 1 or 2. I think it's 3 actually, and one of them was 100 average as well. That's world-class stuff. You know you've got that in your locker.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I know I can play, and every weekend my game's improving, so hopefully I can bring my A game and still improve and keep going.
On that main stage, thousands of fans live on telly, taking on very talented young Belgian in Mike de Decker. It's an exciting opportunity, isn't it?
It is, yeah, definitely. All I'm going to do is just enjoy it, hope I play like I can, Crow get behind me like I do with fella, and then hopefully be the victor at the end of it.
Well, you've already beaten the Belgian #1 this year, so this should be child's play, shouldn't it?
Well, you never know. It's a different. Game, but I'm just going to play my game and hopefully be the victor at the end.
Best of luck, Lisa.
Cheers.
Mike de Decker, over to our Master of Ceremonies. As usual, it is John McDonald.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to the action that comes to you live on ITV Sport from Butlins. Minehead! 160 players from around the world have assembled to lift this coveted title. It's the Ladbrokes UK Open, where it's time now to meet the players. The Lancashire Rose, Lisa Ashton, and ladies and gentlemen, Mike de Decker!
Lisa looking happy and confident as she's about to make her debut in this tournament. Remember, all the games this afternoon are the best of 11 legs. That's the first to 6. And in the commentary box to kick things off in the main arena, Alan Warren a little. And good afternoon, John Rawling.
Good afternoon, Jackie. Good afternoon, everybody. And what a nice way to start with a little bit of history. Lisa Ashton got her cue card this year. 49 years old, and she's been for a long time the world's #1 woman player. She won 4 times as BDO World Champion, reigning World Masters Champion as well. But Mike de Decker, 24 years old, also won his cue card this year, actually taking it for the 2nd time. Calls himself the real deal, and psychologically maybe he'll feel he's under a wee bit of pressure. There'll be people watching who sort of say, now what on earth, you know, play the darts, play the board, play the game. But different players react different ways to playing a top woman player. Lisa Ashton is most definitely that, Alan.
She certainly is. She's been at the top of the tree in the women's game for quite some years now. And as you mentioned, John, de Decker won his tour card back, and for me he looks a better player this time around. The first time he got a tour card he struggled a little bit on the tour, but he just seems to be playing at a better level, which is what you have to do, certainly on the Players' Championship events.
Quality opening visit there. Third dart a wee bit lucky to wind up on the floor. And Lisa perhaps just a little bit of early match nerves. The Lancashire Rose.
100.
Yes, played county darts for Lancashire for a lot of years.
Bolton lass.
She is. Exceptional dart player.
85.
That's why she's been at the top of the tree, as mentioned. She's certainly got a big challenge ahead here against Mike de Decker.
140.
Very good scorer.
Short format, best of 11. De Decker making a decent start. 9 darts down to 141.
140.
It's better. She's found a range now, but a good leg so far from de Decker. 141 after 9 darts, and one of those was on the floor.
105.
Yeah, fantastic leg of darts, and Mike there, 36 after 12.
Yeah, playing beautifully. Settles very quickly into the match, as Players are only too conscious that they need to.
Like you require 36.
Double 18 then for 1-0.
This is not on a finish, but she will be, no doubt, after this visit, so just put a little bit more pressure on himself than he needed to.
1040 would be nice. Well, 100's not a bad consolation, so double 9 then for the opening leg.
Yeah, may split this. No, he's gone straight for it. Thought he might have gone for the split there, but felt confident enough. Straight for the double there. 16 dart leg.
121.
Lisa Ashton, I'm not sure if her daughters are here cheering her on. They often travel around the country with her.
Yes, they do. They both play as well.
Lindsay and Danielle.
96.
Yes, this format is the same format as all the Players' Championship events, so players are used to this. Obviously the first time for Lisa, being a tour card holder. First lady to win one at Q School.
$100.
A good leg from Lisa. She needs to get on the board as soon as possible in these formats. Not just for the obvious, but just to settle yourself down a little bit and then get yourself stuck into the match. It being Friday afternoon, a lot of people, certainly fans, travelling down from all over the country.
A rather easier journey down here than a couple of years ago, wasn't it?
Yes, that was awful.
65.
Good chance of a set-up here. Oh, wonderful darts. Big 11 to leave tops.
Beautifully done. So, a couple of treble 20s, or if she gets a treble 20, well, she needs this now for a bull, and it's just high.
65. Like you require 40.
Well, she's not really had the opportunity yet at the double. And that's mainly because of Mike Decker's scoring. But will she get a visit this time?
20.
Well, he missed the first leg, the double, but came back to hit double 9. But this time he's given Lisa Ashton a chance.
Trying to enthuse the crowd. She gets a 9 there. 16 to leave tops.
25.
Well, first break, I wonder.
Like you require 20.
Yes, indeed.
Well, they're important legs, these, at the start of the match, because there's so much significance when you get into the meat and gravy of it. It really does, because if Lisa had taken that leg, she'd have been more confident.
81.
Decker would have think, well, I've missed an opportunity there, and sometimes that can prey on your mind. She needs to get stuck in. Lisa, this is pretty good.
139.
Just that one leg can change things all of a sudden. If she can break here, she'll be then throwing to level at 2-2 when she looked
45.
like she was chasing the match. It can change very, very quickly, this game, John.
It certainly can, and she's got an opportunity here, Lisa, to jump all over this and to establish herself in this leg.
95.
Needed that treble, but she's got her nose ahead.
Yes, 2 good visits against the darts. So, some wonderful scoring so far from Mike Decker. He's just faltered a little bit at the end of the leg, but managed
100.
to take them both.
Both of them averaging in the mid-80s at the moment. Decker slightly the higher, and of course he's had 7 missed doubles, which has dragged his average down. It has actually thrown very much better than that.
100.
And that's a timely treble, but he's not on a finish, so Ashton 6 from here.
Yes, good opportunity, but that won't help. She may have to look at it. Well,
45.
she hasn't checked the score there because she's left a bogey number.
Well, not thinking well there, Alan.
I think she was mad at herself with the first dart that had gone into the 5. She almost took her eye off the score.
163 cannot be done. 116 can, of course. And Decker's going to get the opportunity, particularly after that loose third dart. This is for 3-0.
Well, he went for 4.19s there. It was a long way off, so an opportunity again for Lisa, but she needs to take out a big shot.
Shanghai needed 120. Looking at the treble 20. She's got a single, still got a chance for it, but just high.
Similar to the 130 in the first leg, wasn't it? Well, she just couldn't quite get that treble.
Somebody with the roughed up darts, that board already really marking up. Double 16, good darts, 3-0.
Well,
140.
good start to the leg though. Yeah, raise of the eyebrow.
Well, she knows it's in the locker. She is a heavy scorer, Lisa Ashton. Badly needs to get out into the game now, though. She needs to show that heavy scoring, or this one's going to be sliding away.
57.
Yeah, she's not happy with the game at the moment because she's not really scored as heavily as she's expected to be, really, because she is one of the best women players in the world, obviously. And these new challenges are coming thick and fast with being a tour card holder.
140.
That was more like it. That's the sort of grouping that which we associate with Lisa Ashton. Heavy scorer on those 20s normally.
57. Lisa requires.
Well, 2 140s in this leg. There's a 164.
Doesn't have to go for this, Alan. Might just. Well, she's going to just set up now. Beautifully done. Beautifully done.
Well, we said she had to up her game when she's done that. 3 140s in this leg. Just that 57 in the second visit leaves herself double 12 for a 13 dart leg.
Won't need to do it though on this visit. Double 12 for 13 darts. It was a nice opening dart, just worked away in off that one, and a slightly relieved smile and a big cheer from the crowd.
Yes, she needed that one, but it was a quality leg on throw. 14 darter. She only gave her opponent 12 darts at the board.
She could do with the same against the throw. Oh dear, that is not the ideal start.
It's not one. You felt that she'd got her rhythm with that last leg there. 3 140s in that one leg. That's a disappointing start from her point of view.
Well, just when she wanted those big numbers against the throw, it's not coming.
It's not quite panic stations yet, but she's
56.
behind in this leg, and obviously 3-1 down in the match. Could go 4-1 down.
Not at the maximum yet from either player. Ashton leading 4-2 in the ton 40s.
It's been the 10 ton pluses from the Decker that's been the difference, certainly in the first 3 legs.
140.
Nicely on to a finish again after 12. And he's going to have 6 darts to go at it.
I go for 108.
Should stay there. Just checking. 68, so should stay.
76.
I thought he would have stayed on the treble 20 to leave double 4, but quite happy with 32, no doubt.
Went one better, didn't he? Right. So he's going to come back now with double 16 for 4-1, and to put him within a couple of legs. And he's got it. 4 out of 11 on his doubles.
That first dart makes such a difference to your confidence when you go into the board the next time you go for a double.
43.
Playing well. He's a
140.
Very uncomplicated sort of style, Mike De Decker, hasn't he?
yes, I mean this is better from Lisa. Well, I thought I was going to get the first maximum there. That's her 6th 140. Yes, De Decker obviously came through the development tour system. I think in my view he got a tour card too early, because he's come back this time and he just looks a different player to me.
Still only 24, he's still a young lad in darting terms. This is good. Now 25 maybe.
135.
So he went for the 25, but that's okay. So the last two legs, John, from Lisa have been pretty good on the scoring.
123.
Last two legs that she's thrown first in.
Well, she's going to go 6. She does for tops.
36.
Now this could hurt.
Like you require 95.
Going to go the bull route.
No, go straight for 19s, treble and double. Well, there's the chance gone.
79.
Well, a confident way to go for it. Double 5, Lisa Ashton, assuming she goes straight there, and it looks as though she is. Now, big dart. Yes.
Well, great last start there. The first two were quite some way off. But she adjusted well with the last one to just hang on there. 4-2.
57.
A lot of sentimental crowd support for Lisa Ashton. This is a mini little opening here. Could do with a ton. Needs a treble. No.
59.
Yeah, she needed that. Leg like she had before with 3 140s in, didn't she? Left double after 12 darts. She needs that kind of leg or big finish maybe. Just needs to put a bit more pressure on the
and not able to capitalise.
Yes, and if Decker does take this leg, that puts him one leg away, and it just seems a little bit easier
59.
for him and harder for yourself to get back in the match because you know they're one leg off. She certainly won't give in.
Saw 1 or 2 people jogging down the front today. I think the old darts crowd is changing a little.
Athletes.
140.
Darts.
Yeah, leaves himself 164. Needs to fill it in. Ooh, disappointed with that second one.
81.
Well, Decker doesn't need to go for this. This be a setup, I would have thought. So that's a great first dart, though. Oh, how about this? Perfect.
132.
Well, his setup scoring has been fantastic. His overall scoring has been pretty good. This is better from Lisa. There we go. The first maximum goes to Ashton, but will it be enough?
Oh, sneaked it in just inside by the width of a wire. So that first maximum of the match irrelevant, and now Decker is within 1 leg of this first round victory.
Yes, that last start in the double killer. When she hit the 180 and then he missed with the first dart, she must have thought, I'm going to get an opportunity here, and then all of a sudden it's taken away.
Sometimes players watch, sometimes they keep their eyes away and just judge it by the reaction of the crowd, but either way it was the worst possible news for Lisa Ashton.
Yes, the door was certainly shut.
41.
That last dart went in, puts Decker 1 leg away, and Lisa, she knows it's going to be a challenging year for her this year as a tour card holder. And she's quite well aware of what's in front of her, but she's certainly going to improve.
Well,
I don't think there's any doubt about that, is there?
She says she's learning on a weekly basis. She's playing in the events,
81.
Wigan, Barnsley, and picking up that experience in those PDPA tournaments.
It was good for her to get a run in one of the events as well, instead of maybe losing in the first couple and people pointing the finger saying, is she good enough? She's certainly good enough. She's earned the right and she's starting to win.
But she is staring the very real possibility down here of a first.
Oh, this is wonderful if he gets the third one to leave tops.
How about that?
Well, I mentioned in the last leg, didn't you, when his setup scoring was been impeccable, really.
Well, brilliant opportunity here for De Decker now to complete a 6-2 victory. Lisa Ashton looking a wee bit sorry for herself, and De Decker now just needs tops and gets it, nails it with the second dart. Solid performance from him, averaging 91. Doubles okay, 35%. Lisa Ashton, well, she knows that she's going to have to throw better than that to make an impact in this first year for her on the PDC Tour. And Mike De Decker takes this first round match ultimately fairly comfortably, 6-2.